Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome back to the next part of my Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play series. So we just did Holotali Hard Mode, and I said I was going to pick another dungeon from my list. I decided Syrcus Tower should be that next dungeon, because I realized that I was kind of wasting, I don't want to say, yeah, you know, I was wasting soldiery almost. I'm not going to spam farm Syrcus Tower, but unlocking it as soon as you hit item level 75, I believe it is a really good time. And I just went from 74 to 78, so actually this is the perfect time for me to do it. Syrcus Tower is the dungeon that's after Labyrinth of the Ancients. It requires a minimum item level of 75 to enter, and it rewards item level 100 gear. So, because of that, you can actually use it to gear up in place of getting item level 100 gear with your soldiery at this point. Now, the downside is that it's only left-hand pieces of gear, so there's no accessories from this place either, and I mostly recommended going for main pieces first, and even though we're doing this dungeon now, I still recommend that, mostly because even though you can get upgrades from the Syrcus Tower, like I said, you're probably not going to stop and farm it, so because of that, you can't rely on it to, you know, get you full item level 100, whereas the soldiery you really can. So we're going to unlock that real quick. It's compared to the Labyrinth of the Ancients, all the rest of them are very, very quick to unlock. So we're just going to run down here, and we'll have it in just another minute or two. As soon as these Gigas decide to leave me alone. All right. And there you go. Well, at this point, I might as well not mount up. All right, Biggs. Yes, I'm your friend. I need you to unlock Syrcus Tower for me right now. Speak with Biggs. Please pop up and say that I've unlocked Syrcus Tower. Now it's going to pop up and say that I've unlocked Syrcus Tower. Alright, well first I'm going to have to skip another cutscene. And now it's going to tell me that I unlocked Syrcus Tower. All these cutscenes. There we go. Syrcus Tower now accessible. So let's go to the duty finder. Syrcus Tower. Like I said, oh, it's actually only 70 to enter. Oh, it's 50 and 70, not even 55 and 70. Oh, yeah, so I did in fact waste. I could have done this a little bit sooner. My bad. But this one is a little bit harder than Labyrinth of the Ancients, but people tend to take it a little more seriously. So we might get lucky and it might be a really good run, or we might get unlucky and it might be a very unfortunate run. But we're going to find out of which one it is pretty soon. Oh my, look at that. See that insta-queue? It's because people are doing that weekly quest, and we are really trying to get to that weekly quest ASAP. When I get to item level 90 for World of Darkness, we're immediately going for it. Oh, party member withdrew. Now it might take another minute for that to fill up again. But as soon as we get item level 90, we're making a break for that weekly quest. I'm not going to show me doing all three of them again, but I am going to make mention of that weekly quest, so that way, as a new player, you know how to go about getting these higher item level pieces. Taking your item level 120 pieces that drop in World of Darkness, as well as upgrading your Poetics pieces, which will definitely help. On top of that, all this is going to help me be very raid ready. Now, at this point, you've already beaten Titan Hard Mode. You could have actually stepped foot into the first coil of Bahamut. Turns 1, 2, and 4 are really easy. I think turn 4 has a minimum item level of 79, so we're actually one item level too low for that. But 1, 2, and 4, even if you're a newer player, if you just do your role, like if you're not comfortable healing and DPSing as a healer, or, you know, doing max DPS as a tank, you know, as the off tank, you'll still be fine in those places. They're really, really simplified with 20% increased HP. Actually, is it higher than that now in the first coil? Actually, don't remember. Oh, come on. Actually, don't remember. All right, third tries the charm. What the Echo is in there? Echo is a buff that you get. You get it in certain instances now, like if you fail and it takes longer than 3 minutes. But in the coils of Bahamut, where the Echo is implemented currently, it gives you a flat bonus to health, healing, damage, all that stuff. So even though I only have 4.1k HP in the, I think it's 20% in the first coil. I know it's 20% in the second coil right now, but I would have closer to 5,000 HP. And then, of course, with even more HP, that'll get multiplied. So, come on, man. Come on. Stop playing triple triad and press yes. Do it. Press yes. Oh, my goodness. And it's funny because I just keep getting instantly back into the queue. It's like, what is going on, man? Just press the yes button. Just press the yes button. If you're at home, you go AFK when you do your DPS queues, like, this is going to take forever. This is what happens to those who who were there when it actually finished. Oh, what is going on? Now it's reserving instance. We'll get in there eventually, guys. Sooner or later. Any day now. Take a sip of water right here. You know what I feel like? I feel like the duty finder was like, no, no, no. Listen, we reserved 3 instances for you guys already. You're going to wait. You're going to wait. So how's everyone doing? Is everyone watching this at home doing all right? I asked this in quite a few videos, but okay, that's fine. That explains. All right. Please, you know, I've never had an instant queue take me 4 minutes before. Which is basically what happened here, because I got instant queue, and then somebody withdrew, and then I got another instant queue, and somebody withdrew, and another, and someone withdrew. And now, 4 minutes later, no idea what's going on. I'm gonna hope by the 4-minute mark, it actually fell. So we're gonna rename this video to LOL Duty Finder. And then we're gonna, yeah. I ran out of clever things to say. I'll be back when it pops. Come on. Come on. DPS. Don't. 3 more. All the tanks and healers are here, man. We're all here. 2 more. Stop playing triple triad. I don't care if you got sudden death. I don't care. 1 more. Could this be the one? By the way, I had to drop Q and re-Q again. I instantly got into another Q. No. Come on, man. Just press the yes button. It's 3 letters. It's 1 click away. DPS. That question mark is awfully adequate right now because I'm wondering where you are. Oh my god. I hate DPS so much. Stop complaining about your Q's, DPS, if you're not going to press yes when you get them. And then the excuse is, well, I went to do other things because it said my queue was going to take forever. So it's not my fault. Queue shouldn't take that long. I got an insta-queue. I don't care how long it takes. I just want to get in. I'll be back when it pops. Oh, please let this be the one. Oh, please. Please let this be the one. 2 more healers, 1 more DPS, 1 more tank. The tanks are here. The DPS are here. If it's a healer this time, I'm going to be so sad. Yes! We did it! World first duty finder ever used. Totally thing. Alright, anyway, moving on. Welcome to the Syrcus Tower. I always call it the Syrcus Tower, because Circus, I don't know. Circus just doesn't seem right to me. Oh, I'm so close to elite health. I have 4337 instead of 1337. What would that be? What letter represents 4? Alright. Everyone's gonna run away before I can even get this casted, so I guess it doesn't even matter. There we go. So welcome to the Syrcus Tower. It's a really, really big, place, and the music is really good in here. I'm pretty sure this is the same amount of rewards as Labyrinth of the Ancients. I forgot to make mention of that at the start. Sorry, we're zoning into the next part. Just like with the other place, there's shortcut teleporters all over the place. Some people are really lazy and don't even run up to this. They wait for the teleporter. It is, yeah, 150. Yeah, so it's 100. It's 5 more poetics, but it's going to be worth a 150 soldiery. So it's another really, really big boost. And everyone here is, of course, grateful for that. It's really common to get first-time bonuses in here because of that, but, yeah. So one thing that you'll notice is the party composition is different. Instead of 2 tanks, 2 healers, and 4 DPS, this place and World of Darkness do 1 tank, 2 healers, and 5 DPS. So it means that pretty much just everyone just watches their tank, and we're good to go. So I'm just going to watch my tank here because I don't know how much damage he's going to take. And we should be good to go. I'm just going to give him a regen. I want to get in there and throw some holies. So I'm going to go in there and throw some holies. This is the first trash pull. Yellow dragon, a bunch of a bunch of Shinobis, some Oceanuses. It's not too bad. They do a lot of cleave attacks, though. And that does hurt. So you really want to try and avoid doing that. What's best is if you have all 3 of your tanks group up the enemies, and then you just spam heal whichever tank has the most aggro, and you just AoE everything down. Sometimes it gets a little bit harder than that because enemies move around a lot, especially if people are pulling aggro, multiple tanks are trying to rip aggro off the same enemies, healers are generating too much aggro. There's a lot of factors that can cause this pull to not go nearly as smoothly as it just went for. In fact, that is probably the smoothest pull for this first pull that I've ever seen. Ever. Not like in this patch or in recent... No, ever. I don't think I've ever seen the mobs grouped up to the point where they weren't running around and hitting black mages or the healers. And that's the only trash before the first boss, by the way. So we're already at the first boss here. This is probably going to be a really quick run. Now, because it's the Duty Finder, don't always expect that kind of success. Always come in kind of thinking like, all right, I might have to pull a little bit of extra weight. So here we go. First boss is Scylla, or Scylla. Not really sure which one it is. And so for positioning, you want Alliance A there, Alliance C there. And when there, I mean on that platform. See that platform where that guy is standing? Yeah, that's A. You put Alliance C on this platform right here. And Alliance B takes the far platform. Now, these platforms don't matter. Well, hold on. Sorry, they're asking if anybody needs Sands of Time. So I was like, I'm a fresh 50, so if possible, I'd like to try and get one. For my bod. Oil is for accessories, shield. I'm just letting them know. So, why we have to group up on here is totally different for the reason, like, it's irrelevant. This platform is irrelevant until a certain part of the fight. Oh. You said bod. So, this is the first boss. Sorry, I'm just having a bit of a conversation with my party. My party's actually trying to discuss what we want to do with sands and oils. I think they know that's me. I think they know that's me. That's why they're having a little bit of fun. So you notice there's these 3 lightning pillars along the outside. So see these lightning orbs? I'm going to follow this guy so you can see what he does with it. If he does what he's supposed to do with it. So what you're supposed to do with these lightning orbs is run them to the outside of the arena. I'm going to watch somebody. Okay, that guy looks like he's doing it. Okay, no. Okay, so see how they're running the lightning orb to the thing? So when the lightning orb makes contact with it, it starts charging up. If you don't run it all the way, it explodes like that. So I'm just gonna... There's a little bit of extra damage going around because some of those lightning orbs weren't exactly removed. So you're going to want to drag the lightning orbs to the lightning pillars. If you get an ice orb, try to drag it to somebody who's frozen. And if you get a frozen orb, just try to be out of the way. Don't freeze other people unnecessarily. I'll be able to explain it a little bit better if I get targeted by some other ones. But I'm mostly just watching here, throwing out a Medica 2 and a, and a regen here and there. So there's these staves that float along the outside of the arena. Do AoEs. Ignore them. You don't need to do that. There's no point. There's a lot of them. They spam a lot of AoEs. Just ignore them. Focus all your damage onto the boss. This boss is going to die before you even get to see most of the mechanics. So there's a frost orb. When it touches somebody, it freezes them. See how the guy is frozen? That means he can't move. He can't do anything. Can't defend himself until he's freed or the debuff wears off. Now there's a fire orb. If you touch a frozen person with a fire orb, like he's trying to do, but he ran a circle around him, then it creates a little puddle on the ground right there. And that puddle, you'll want to use it to mitigate one of the boss's attacks. She hasn't done the attack yet, but she will do it very soon. There it is. Scorch Their Insolent Hides My Hounds means she's casting Ancient Flare. When she starts casting Ancient Flare, everybody needs to do their best to get onto one of these platforms, and then it'll negate the damage. Not negate it, but like make it minuscule, I guess is the best way of putting it. If you don't stand on it, as you can see, it's not lethal. It just does a lot more damage. And also, if you freeze somebody or get hit by a fire orb while standing on one of those puddles, the puddle will be destroyed as well. So you really just want to try and hit frozen people, or frozen people shouldn't be standing near puddles, but you really just want to try and hit frozen people and avoid having the contact of the orbs happen on a water orb. So it looks like the boss is going to die before the next mechanic. I'm going to go look for somebody to unfreeze. But basically, when the boss starts casting Daybreak, what you usually want to do is have Alliance A stand on A, Alliance C stand on C, and Alliance B stand on B. That makes it so that the attack is negated. It actually does negate the attack. Like, I know I just said use the term negate before. But if you do enough damage, you may not even see that mechanic. And it looks like that's what's going to happen here, because we have a very, very good alliance. Okay, so this is the attack Daybreak. This is the attack that you'll go and you'll stand on the platforms for. It looks like they're going to try and ignore it and just Zerg her down, which is totally doable. But some people are running towards it, so we'll see if the shield ends up being brought up. They should just kill it. To be honest, she should just die right here. Yeah. So she died just before Daybreak went off. You can kill her before it even happens. But if it does happen, just for safety, just you can move on to the platform. It'll make it so that it doesn't hit anybody. And then a couple of ads will spawn. You tank the ads up, you kill the ads, you kill the boss. Very, very simple. It's actually the boss that causes people the most trouble in this dungeon. So if you get past that one, you're in the clear, because the rest of the bosses are really, really easy. There is one minor mechanic that causes trouble at the second boss, but I think that this is a really good party, and that this will be perfectly okay. And my party's very friendly in a good way. They're joking around. They're just having fun, which is good, because that's really, you know, you're playing a video game. You should be having fun, you know. So here's the second trash pull. There's 3 Acherons. Remember when I mentioned that Acheron had his name changed to Phlegathon? This is where Acheron was sent. They're copies of him, but that's because that's how it was in Final Fantasy III. And a bunch of Gomeries. So at the start of this, just group them up, AoE them. It's pretty much the same as the last pull. But the only difference is the dragon for this pull, because there's a dragon for every trash pull in here, isn't here yet. You'll have to kill these ads before the dragon comes. I'm going to get this up. And then I am going to holy my head off. And, oh my goodness. We are doing really, really well here. Really, really well. I could get a little bit closer. I actually don't think I'm close enough to hit those Gomeries. Oh, yes, I am. We're fine. These guys have a cleave attack and they have an AoE attack, so you need to be a little careful about where you're standing for the damage. But generally, it should be okay. And then the dragon comes down, squashes a bunch of people, hits me in the face. At the same time, a bunch of dudes are gonna spawn, shinobis and whatnot. Should see them going around and hitting people. Oh no, this isn't shinobis, these are clones. Yeah, Doga clones, there should be Une clones as well. Just tank them up, kill them. They hit pretty hard, so you definitely want to be careful. As you can see, because I'm tanking one, they do hit pretty hard. I'm just gonna watch everyone's HP in my party, and we should be good. I got your back, bro. Oh shit, no I don't. I got your back. No, don't move. It's not going to help, man. It's not going to help. You need to stand still. All right, apparently I need to use Cure 2 on you. All right, somebody else pulled aggro. Kill the dragons. Kill the clones. You'll be fine. He had 12 HP left. 12 HP. And then we're on to the second boss already. Really, really short dungeon. I pointed this out in Halatali as well. Dungeons are, while this is a huge dungeon, as you can see, it's going to feel short. Like, look how big this place is. And it's got amazing music, too. Sometimes killing these clones takes a while. It takes longer than the rest of the pulls because they are almost always all over the place. And a lot of people just be like, oh, almost all the ads are dead. I'm going to go wait ahead so we can get to the next boss quicker. And that almost never actually happens. I've done it a million times where I'm like, oh, yeah, there's only like 1 left. I'll start running now. And then I realized there was like 3 or 4 of them out in the crowd. And, yeah. So here we go. Second boss. So, again, second boss has some mechanics that we might end up skipping because this happens to be a really good group. Don't worry about these platforms until later in the fight. I'll explain it if we get there. But basically, there's going to be a point where 3 ads spawn. 3 large ads spawn. And Alliance A needs to bring theirs over there, Alliance B here, and Alliance C there. That's pretty standard at this point. You just go from left to right. Even though it's a triangle, it's just A. There, see, they're marking it. Someone's going to mark this B, and someone's going to mark that C, most likely. And other than that, just DPS the boss, dodges AoEs, make sure you got some heals going out. He doesn't do anything that spectacular. The first thing he's going to do at about 65% HP, he's going to summon a ton of little ads. And these little ads will just tether to the boss. All you have to do is have somebody step in the little AoE field next to them and then kill them. Have somebody else kill them, I should say, because it completely incapacitates you until Dragoon pulled. Someone's like, somebody pull, so the Dragoon did it. I think this will be a really... There's very, very little raid damage that goes around here. So you should definitely feel free to full-time DPS, especially if your main tank is not the main tank of the boss. So I should probably pop Presence of Mind here. See, just what I'm saying. Dodge some AoEs. Well, I mean, tank does take some damage. I saw him get down to like 20% HP. I'm like, well, he takes some damage. It's not like you can completely ignore him. Alright, so the first bit of mechanics should be coming out other than the AoEs. Again, it's just dodge those. I don't need to talk about every AoE individually. There's a lot of them. A lot of them. Alright, 60% should be coming. Here it is. So, see these Clockwork Rights? They're gonna, well, that one didn't. So, just kill these when they spawn. Somebody needs to literally walk into the AoE. Here, I'll do it on this one. So what happens when you walk into the AoE is it fetters you. You can't do anything. You can't act. You start taking a little bit of damage over time. But it makes it so that you can actually attack the Clockwork Right. Everybody else can now attack it. So that's really the whole point of it. At the same time, you don't really need everybody doing this. And even then, as you can see, you can actually ignore some of them. And and the boss, you know, it won't be the end of the world, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Boss doesn't get any sort of buffs. As long as none of these are alive when the boss goes to do his super awesome mega AoE attack, then you should be fine. So they're just going to get him down to 35%. We're very likely not going to see all the mechanics here just because of, you know, too much DPS. So yeah, this is where you want to make sure you have all the Clockwork Rights, at least not tethered to him. He's gonna hit us with like a pathetic AoE here in a second. Like literally pathetic. Let's see how pathetic it is. 1,500. A lot of build up for a lot of nothing. Literally a lot of nothing. So now the next set of ads are going to be the big ads. A is going to bring theirs there, B is going to bring ours here, and C brings theirs over there. And all you got to do is kill them while they're connected to two different tethers. That's all you got to do. You'll actually usually bring the ad right about here for B and like right about the same place for their side on A. And then the same goes for C. But we probably won't even get to see that. You can actually Zerg the boss down when those ads spawn still. It's just that he starts reflecting damage. We're not even going to get to that point. We're going to kill him right here, right now. And then, oh, well, that was just as they were about to spawn. And then after all three of the ads are dead, you can use these platforms, see these arrows, to bounce between the outside platforms to dodge his ultimate attack and kill all the ads. This is a really good group. We just got a really good group. No upgrades still. Damn. Damn. And now we're on to the last trash pull, and then we got 2 bosses in a row. Yeah, I have a pretty cool alliance. Pretty good guys in here. You was talking all that good shit a second ago. Then you got kicked in your chest. Alright, here we go. This is the last pull. 3 Azers and then a Dargan. This Dargan actually does dive bombs, which he'll mark somebody in the arena, and then he'll dive bomb towards them and do a fire breath attack. For that reason, I usually stand over here, and that way you can actually see the dive bomb. Hey, what are you doing that on me for? So see the dive bomb marker? You saw that marker above somebody's head? Now watch what's going to happen. And whoop, just through everybody, knocks everyone back if they took damage from it. Then he comes back, and he goes back to shooting fireballs at people. I'm going to quickly give everyone a Medica 2 and back off. Oh, we had a death there. I wonder if he pulled aggro. So we kill these Azers. He's going to do one more dive bomb mark, most likely. I'm looking out for the other dive bomb mark. Where is it? He should still do one. Yep, there it is. See the dive bomb mark? So now he's going to dive bomb in that direction. That guy's going to get hit. Boom. There you go. And then the Dargan's going to land in the middle of the room. And he's going to summon even more ads. As you can see, the Halkaz. And wow, he got stepped on. He got annihilated right there. It's alright. I got your back, bro. I got your back. I got all the healing. I was kind of just letting him do all the healing before that, but I guess now I have to do some healing. Kill the dragon. It does some fire breath attacks in random directions sometimes. Don't let the ads kill people. And guess what? 2 bosses left and you're done. So yeah, we got some Abayas, some Halkaz. They're going to all be dead soon, and we're going to be happy. We're going to be Mr. Happy. Well, or if you're Secret girl, you can be Miss Happy. Alright. I'm just not gonna do anything. I'm not even gonna DPS this shit. Oh, that looked like it hurt. Yeah, I'll throw you a regen. And they're all dead. Now we're on to the third boss of the dungeon, Amon. Now, this boss is really important. He's easy. It's not the boss himself that's important about it for a new player. But the items that he drops are very, very important as a new player because they can really, really help you with getting new weapons, upgrading the gear that you've already bought. He's a really, really important boss. See, I'm going to go over it when we actually finish the dungeon or when we finish the boss. But these drops are going to be drops you absolutely want to need on. Need if you're a new player, especially if you need them. Alliance A over there, Alliance B right here, Alliance C over there. Standard. You pretty much already have grown to expect that, always from left to right. And this is the third boss, Amon. Now, Amon actually has a few annoying mechanics, but he's an easy boss. So I wouldn't worry too much. I'll explain those as we get to them. As a healer, you do have one... or not. Somebody's not even in the... Oh, are they going to make it? Are they going to make it? Oh, they were at a different spot. Never mind. They were on the wrong side of the arena. Alright, so Amon, just have your main tank, pull it. He does a fire breath attack. Hurts pretty bad. He's also got some blizzard AoEs and some lightning AoEs. There's the blizzard AoE. Move out of that. Not a big deal. It slows you if it hits you. Now, the big reason why you want to assign A, B, and C to those three open sections is because of this. He's going to summon lots of different kinds of adds from those sections. As a healer, you mostly are just tasked with hitting it with a stone or a miasma to slow it down. But you're going to want to kill these things before they reach the middle of the room. If they do, they'll do a giant room-wide silence, and you just don't want that. It also hits pretty hard. So just get rid of them, and you should be fine. Their slow is falling off. I'm just going to give them another Medica too, because why not? Now, what's the next ad? So now he summons Cum-Cums. These guys are pretty simple as well. But on top of the Cum-Cums, he'll usually summon a couple of orbs. Yeah, it looks like he's doing that right now. So he tethers orbs to people, and whatever target these orbs hit actually get the mini effect. And so you want to make them hit the Cum-Cums. Because when you do that, they shrink, and they become a lot easier to kill. Now, the main thing that healers have to do, you see that little bomb debuff that I just got rid of on my party member? Get rid of that because it knocks people around, and you just don't want to deal with that. And I walked right into a Blizzaga Forte. My bad. My bad. So get rid of those. We got a few more of these. The slow is ridiculous, but it's okay. I don't even bother putting on Cleric Stance because a lot of the times they'll die so fast. You just do that just for the sake of slowing it down so it's easier to kill before it reaches the middle of the room. We got more Cum-Cums. Same deal. Hit them with the purple orbs so that they get minied. And then at this point, this is where things start to change a little bit. Now there's going to be a few more adds. There's another one of those bombs. Going to Asuna that off of him. You just really want to get rid of him because everybody around that person gets knocked back, and it's painful. You just don't want to have to deal with it. So now we have these snakes around the room, and you'll see some people were transformed into frogs. Those frogs actually have some very important roles, but their first and most important role, don't let these mobs reach you as a frog. If these mobs reach you as a frog, they will kill you. So you do not want that. Have everybody else switch targets to them and kill them when they spawn. So if you see some people die in one hit, that's why. If you see some people die because they're getting hit by lightning AoEs, that's a different story. Yeah, like I said, that's a different story. There's only so much I can do about that. You gotta move out of the way of those. I'm trying to get some reses out real quick. It's not so bad. I'm not using my MP for much anyway, so why not? So at the same time that those ads start spawning, this happens. Wow, I couldn't have asked for a better example. People will get deep freezed, and they'll turn into these pillars. You have to hide behind these pillars when the boss starts casting Curtain Call, or you die. It's very similar to the Ecliptic Meteor attack. So that's what they're doing. They're hiding behind me. We're safe, so we don't got to worry about nothing. And he's going to hit everyone real hard, kill anybody who's not behind one, which nobody was, and then we'll be freed. Oh God, that always hurts because he always does that AoE right after, and it always hits the party because the tank is usually standing right next to everyone in the party. So those frogs actually have a fire breath attack that does really, really good damage. They can actually use that on the boss, or they can use it on the snakes that aren't coming after them to deal a lot of damage. They can also use that breath attack to break those ice pillars because normally there's 2 sets of ice pillars, so you want to break the first set and leave the second set up. But we just left the set that we got up. So here we go. The gear doesn't matter, but this unidentified elegant tombstone, very, very important. If you can win it, try. Because you can use this along with 1300 soldiery in order to get an item level 100 weapon. That could be your next item level weapon upgrade. We're probably going to go straight for a poetics weapon. But if you're not planning on doing that, or if you just want to get the upgrade now, you have the soldiery, why not, right? It's gonna be 3 weeks before you can get that poetics weapon. You could have 1300 soldiery in a day. So might as well roll on that. Oil of time, need it. Elegant catalyst doesn't matter. It's a crafting material. It's whatever. There's no guarantee that we're going to win those things, but roll on them. Roll need on them. I didn't roll very well, but just always roll need on them. Somebody waved at me. I don't know who it was. Because I don't have... You see how I don't have, like, the names turned on? So I don't know who it was. Okay, so this is the final boss, Zonde. Alliance B is right here in the front. Alliance A is usually right there. I'm just going to move to where... Okay, so this is usually where Alliance A is, where Alliance C is, or, like, in this area, Alliance A, Alliance C, and Alliance B. Very, very easy. Boss, again, tons of AoEs, whatever, dodge them, don't die to them. But he does have a few mechanics you got to watch out for. I'm just going to be on the lookout for mechanics. So dodge these are AoEs, just get out of the way. Whatever. Standard stuff. You've been doing it since level, like, 2. So nothing's changed since then. I guarantee you nothing's changed. I'm just looking out. Okay, now he's got his Kamehameha beam. Let's watch this. Ah, see? Kamehameha. I'm just going to Medica 2, whatever. Give you a regen. Come on. Okay, so this mechanic, you need one person standing in each of these orbs in order to make sure that you don't take extra damage. So that's what's happening. You see how we have a bunch of people just standing in the orb? When they explode, they'll deal damage to just the person inside. If nobody was inside the orb, it'll deal raid-wide damage. Why do I keep Medica 2ing when I still have Medica 2s on everybody? Don't know why I keep doing that. Alright. Whatever. Just keep going. At about this time, right after this aura cannon, he should teleport away. And there's a little mini ad phase right here. So what's going to happen is there's going to be 3 ads along the outside, 1 near A, B, and C's sections, and then there's going to be 1 big ad in the middle. Your goal is to kill these Stonefall circles first. Alliance A, B, and C, just take out the ones that are respectively near your side of the arena. And you want to do it before the meteors that are attached to them hit the ground, or it does a bunch of damage. And then you want to switch to the Starfall circle, which is the biggest meteor, and if this one reaches the middle, it's a wipe. So as soon as that's done, kill the Starfall circle. As you can see, not an issue for us. And we're good to go. We're on to the second phase of the fight. So now he's pretty much going to do the same stuff, but he has a few extra mechanics. The first one is going to be these dark orbs that spawn. So each alliance is going to get 1 member that's surrounded by this dark orb. You want to all stand together and split the damage for this orb. And then it lifts you up off the ground so that you can survive his Ancient Quagga attack. If you're not standing on this thing, it may kill you. It just does a lot of damage most of the time. But you just stand on these levitating circles in order to dodge all the damage. Move out of the AoEs. And from this point on, it goes back to being the same fight it was in Phase 1. There's going to be more of those orbs you need to absorb than there were before. But you should be able to handle it. It should be popping any second here. He also start using Ancient Quake, which just does damage. It's like, whatever. The Medica will handle it. The Medica 2s will handle it. So here we go. These orbs again. Well, alright. I'll take this one. I'll take this one. Why not? So as long as everybody's inside one, we should be good. Looks like all of them are taken up. Just does damage to the people inside as long as everybody has one. And now we have another one of those circle phases. There's going to be more of them this time. So you need to do a little bit more damage, but you saw we were not even close to wiping. So there's should be 6 Stonefall circles along the outside now. And then there's still the one in the center of the room. Lines A, B, and C. B should be taking care of these 2 that I'm focusing right now. And then just move around, make sure they all die, and then go to the middle one. Super easy. And we are good to go. Now we kill a Starfall circle, and then we're on to the last phase of the fight. As you can see, Zonde's casting the spell from way back there. Not really being useful, Zonde. Not really being useful. And then he comes back and we do that split mechanic again. He usually casts Ancient Quagga a little bit faster here. But it won't. Oh, well. it shouldn't concern you. Split the damage. We get to go. Get the Medica 2 off. Dodge the Ancient Quagga by standing up here. And then spread out again. Because he should do another one of those circle AoEs. Yep, there it is. And then you just kill the boss. Congratulations, you win. Oh, all the stuff dropped. Did I win anything? I didn't hear the noise. I just all dropped to the ground. No, I didn't win the Oil of Time. I got, nope. Did I win the Unidentified? No, I didn't win the Unidentified Algon Tombstone. I didn't win anything. I got shafted. I got shafted a little bit. It would just absorb the mechanic. Just do it. Whatever. And we're, oh, I almost I left mine a little early. It was calculated. I thought the boss was gonna die in time. I was wrong. And we're good to go. We got all that soldiery. We got the 150. We got the 15 poetics and a bunch of loot. So again here, Style Aerobic Casting, agreed on that. I'm gonna need on the come on. Gonna need on a Sand of Time. Oh, please let me win those. If I win both of those, that would be so good. All right, all right. Well, I don't care about winning the robe. I didn't win. I don't think I won either Sand of Time. I don't think I won anything. Damn it! I didn't win anything. I rolled so well on those two, and I asked if I could win them too, and I didn't. Nobody let me have any. I'm so sad. I'm gonna cry now. /cry. All right. Well, you guys know I told you not to come in expecting guaranteed drops. So, they didn't let me have any. All right. That was fine. That was a good run. We walked out with some good soldiery. It's fine. We're probably going to replace most of that stuff. I'll be able to get those sands and oils eventually, guys. We're going to be farming World of Darkness at one point, so. All right. And now we're just going to hand in this quest. And if you're minimum item level 90, you can go on and unlock World of Darkness. We, however, are not item level 90, so we will not be doing that. We're going to just have to go and do some other dungeons. I'm probably going to work on the main story a little bit on this character. And, well, anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. You don't need to see me go back and hand in the quest. I'm confident you guys can do that on your own. I'll see you guys in the next part, and until then, take care.